The bass was my first instrument. Started off playing upright bass. I played mostly classical music to start off with in the school orchestra. What led me to it was wanting to do something different from what other girls were doing. Everybody at my school played violin or piano or flute, so I decided that I was going to do something a little bit different, and the head of the music department was very encouraging because the school band needed a bass player. This was when I was around 12 years old, and I also remember having this very intense experience right around that time where music at that moment became like a very important thing for me. I remember listening to something which I think was an orchestral score of some sort from a movie or something, but it was one of those very typical sort of dramatic movie scene things, and the music gave me goosebumps. I remember that then I talked about it with my music teacher at school, or I told him this, and he said to me, well, you do know that not everyone gets that, like not everyone responds in that way to music, and some people respond like that to different things and other people don't respond like that to anything. So it was then that I sort of realized, like, oh, well, this is something that I have a very visceral connection to. So when I realized that, it did kind of put things in perspective for me, and it made me want to, you know, excel at it. I took lessons. I was a very nerdy and disciplined child, so I progressed pretty quickly just because I was really stoked to basically make progress. I really got into it, and I found that it became something that was completely my own, and I could really make it kind of like a defining characteristic of my personality as well, in a very positive way, obviously. Berklee was an amazing experience for me, in that I really started to communicate with others in a musical way, and, you know, form a bond with them, which I think everybody does when they play music with other people, in a way that I hadn't really experienced before. Playing in Kylie's band was all round a massive personal highlight, and something that I was absolutely honored and really thrilled to be part of. It's a massive production and a really great learning experience, just in terms of being part of a production of that size, where there's 200 people involved and you are one of them, and you have to fulfill your role within that giant machine very, very diligently. With Christina, you know, myself and the rest of the band we're taking these songs that exist with Christina singing them and playing an acoustic guitar or a piano, and that's the starting point, and everything else is built from there. So it's a really creatively extremely rewarding experience, and as an added bonus, everybody that I work with in that band is just incredibly talented and lovely, lovely people who I get along with on a personal level as well. The whole thing has just been really, really fun, and I'm very excited to see, you know, for the future and what will come of it. I don't genuinely feel like my gender has ever been a nuisance or a hindrance or had any kind of negative impact on my professional prospects in music. The main thing to do is just to believe in yourself, and it sounds really corny, but I just think it's so, self-confidence is really what will carry you through those situations. If you have the confidence and you're prepared and you have the tools and the resources to make that happen, then you really don't have anything to worry about. If you run into any kind of obstacles, just don't be discouraged by them. Everything is completely surmountable. There isn't anything that you can't overcome with the resources that are available to you.